Yo, welcome back to the JVaz Show. I'm your boy JVaz, and you're watching the JVaz Show. We got a new logo. We're rebranding. Hey, look, about a couple weeks ago, last week, I tuned into ODM's podcast from Lighter Shade of Brown, which is the Blockout Podcast. They had MB Ridaz on there. We're going to make this a 3-video series, right? As always, you can find, if you're on YouTube, you can find the full interview of this podcast on the description of the video. If you are on TikTok, just follow the YouTube page. You can find the video on there and you can watch the whole interview. It's a dope-ass interview. I'm just highlighting some of the things. So part one, we're going to talk about, they asked MB Ridaz in the midst of the whole conversation, who the best Chicano rapper. Some people feel like being called a Chicano rapper is kind of putting you in a box. So they asked them, how did they feel about being labeled Chicano or Latino rap? This is what they had to say.
We came from a different era. And what I mean by that is before we laid the foundation for, again, I'm going to say Chicanos doing rap, you know what I'm saying, on the West Coast here, our influences was black hip-hop.
Yes.
We called it
hip-hop.
Hip-hop. We didn't call it Chicano rap.
No.
And I'm making a statement here, guys, because this has been so huge in the last month, you know, that whole Chicano, who's the king of Chicano rap. Yeah. And I want to get your thoughts on that. But we grew up and that's what we knew. We started in New York, we started and it came West Coast, NWA, whatnot. But this is the shit that we were exposed to. So this is what we bumped.
Yes.
Rakim, you mentioned him.
Yes.
Dude,
Eric
my
B.
favorite
Rakim.
rapper of all time.
Yes.
Big Daddy Kane. Like we can go down the list. And I'm going to stop right there, and I want to get your thoughts on that, you know. Go ahead.
I actually think that when they labeled us Chicano rap or Chicano hip-hop, I think we didn't embrace it the way we should have. I think, of course, they're putting us in a box, okay? Of course.
Right.
Now, when they put us in a box, it was the fear of these guys are doing it too. Because I remember around 2000, around 98 to 2005, there was a lot more Chicanos, a lot more Latin people on the radio.
Right.
You had Brown Boy, you had Bash, you had Little Rob, you had Amanda Perez, you had Paula Deanda, you had, I mean, that's 5 just right there.
Yep.
So during that time, I believe that we should have embraced that box. The reason why I say that is because us Chicanos in our culture, we always make something out of nothing. We feed our families with beans and rice and the meat that we have, and we'll make that into a plate that will feed everybody. Nice. Then you got a car that's been sitting in the back since maybe 1970, 1960 something, and then now somebody picks that car up, and then they sand it, and then they make it into a lowrider that's just won first place. See, we're a culture that takes whatever they give us and we make it beautiful. I just don't think that we didn't make hip-hop beautiful yet for ourselves. By putting us in that box, we should have decorated that box like we do the cars, like we do the food, like we do our women. Then the people would pay attention to us because they can't get it nowhere else but for here. So us fighting with each other and us hurting each other by being the crabs in the pod, that's why we haven't got the flowers we need yet. And that's where I'm saying to the future is, you know, be proud of who you are. Be proud of what you are. You know, don't just say, okay, you know, I'm a Chicano rapper. Don't look at that as a handicap. Look at that as a positive.
All right.
Because, you know, we are the majority, and we have to know that.
Always have been.
And we just have to wake up, man. That's really what it comes down to. Helping each other like other communities do, like the Asian community helps each other. Even the black community helps each other. What I've noticed is a lot of Chicano rappers, they don't mess with each other because of the politics. One's from Northern California, one's from Southern California. Oh, one's from Texas. They say the N-word, or they say this or this or that. You know what, man? We're just all influenced by hip-hop trying to have a voice out there. That's really what it comes down to. So I'm saying to embrace it. Let's make this box they put us in, let's make it so beautiful that they can't get it nowhere else. You know what I mean?
Beautifully said, man.
That's facts.